Plumbers, one of the many boring businesses that are in the home service sector, one of the businesses that are not tech savvy, that don't know about all these next generation tools that, for example, maybe a marketing agency would be using. You see, here's the stats. 70% of all plumbing companies have used some form of AI. Of that 70%, only about 30% were successful, meaning there's a 40% gap of people who have tried AI, clear interest in it, but could not figure it out. Then there's another 30% who haven't even tried it at all, and they likely know they need to within the next 12 to 24 months. You see, this is a massive opportunity, and I'm seeing very little people jump into this. I've been selling AI to the home service niches, made multiple millions of dollars selling AI to businesses, and very few people have sold to the plumbers. After doing some research, this niche is like a hidden reservoir of gold. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to take full advantage of it. So put on your dopamine caps because it's not going to be a bunch of flashy editing in this video, but let's jump into the breakdown. Let's start by understanding the plumbing market. The industry size is $169 billion. There's over 130,000 plumbing businesses in the United States alone, and it's a highly fragmented industry. The main opportunity here is you're going to target these small to medium businesses. The large ones are probably already adopting and succeeding with AI. So you want to go to the small ones that, number one, like I said, have not used it yet, or number two, tried to use it and fail. So number one is operational efficiency. This is the first thing you're going to be helping these AI businesses with. AI appointment scheduling. That's a very simple one. You can integrate with their calendar where they book appointments and have estimates, or it can even be the job appointments themselves. Build an AI caller to set all of these appointments over the phone, and the result for the business is they can easily get an extra 2 to 3 jobs per week. Then you can have automated invoicing. So the how behind this is voice to text job notes. So the person doesn't have to sit there and retype everything they've already talked to a prospect about. It's just sent straight from voice to text. And then you auto generate the line items that are actually needed, send the invoice immediately, and this is going to result in 65% faster processing, aka fast money. This means that business owners get paid faster, make money faster. That's very important for these home service businesses who have a lot of overhead. They don't have time to screw around. They don't have time to be led on by. So next one, tool. Route optimization. How? You'll plot all of the daily jobs in the system, put it into an AI system to calculate the shortest path. This can be done with just ChatGPT, guys. ChatGPT can do the same tool me and you use every single day. We can factor in traffic patterns, and the result for these businesses, that's going to be 25% fuel savings. Then on the other end, we have revenue growth. So that was more of operational efficiency. Let's talk about revenue growth. What can we build to help the business grow more revenue? Number one tool is the dynamic pricing. The how behind this is you analyze competitor rates and you factor in job complexity to adjust for demand and season, and this will result in the business having an 18% profit increase on average. And if you guys are wondering where I'm pulling these numbers from, these aren't from me. These are from McKinsey & Company, some of the largest consulting firms in the world that's finding this data. So this is all real data. These aren't just numbers I'm pulling out of my ass. Then you have the tool, which is predictive maintenance. This will allow you to track equipment age. This is super big for these home service businesses. You can monitor the failure patterns through N8N or a Google Sheet database and alert customers proactively, letting them know, hey, we're going to have to come back and fix something, or hey, your system needs some maintenance done on it. And this will result in 40% more recurring contracts with customers. So it's not just one-time deals. These businesses, these plumbing companies are going to be able to make the same sale over and over on the same prospects. Now, the next one is lead recovery. So you're going to transcribe all the phone calls that the business actually has and flag them as unbooked opportunities to then have an automated follow-up schedule using AI systems inside of Go High Level. This is going to result in a 37% recapture rate for the business. Now, the next one is customer experience. This is the final thing we're going to help with. Number one is a 24/7 AI voice agent that will answer after hour calls, triage emergency versus routine calls. So people who need you right now, and then other people who just, hey, can you come check this out sometime, and book the appointments directly into the business's calendar. Guess what? The business, if they have something just as simple as this, it's going to result in 15 to 20% more business. While at front facing, it's just a customer service thing. It's actually going to make them more money as well. And then the next thing is review management. So it's going to send automatic review requests, analyze the sentiment inside the reviews. Did the person like the service or not? And then generate response templates. So it's very easy for the person on the other end to send a review to the business. And this is going to be a massive result, 320% review increase just by asking. But most business owners, these home service guys, are busy. They don't have time to ask. Now, the next thing you need to do when it comes to selling plumbers, now we understand what systems we could build. You could build one of these, you could build all of these. We need to understand your ideal customer. So the business size is going to be 5 to 20 employees. And the why behind that is they are big enough to have pain, but small enough to decide fast. Now, after you figure this out, you need to understand how ready are they to move digital. So you need to check, do they have modern websites? Do they have active social media pages? Are they online booking present, meaning you can book an appointment online and you don't have to call in? If yes, that's probably a warmer lead than the business who just doesn't have that, meaning they are worth reaching out to and worth trying to sign as a client. So where are you going to find these plumbers? Source number one is Google Maps. Very simple. You can find them on Google Maps, type in plumbers in, and then put a city name. The next one is Yelp business listings. So you can go onto Yelp and find a bunch of plumbers there. Trade associations are also a really good one. For example, like you could go to a trade show, like a local trade show, and find a bunch of plumbers with booths that you can go to. That's like that in-person sales that I love. People don't talk about that, but that's a great method. And then the final thing is LinkedIn searches. A simple LinkedIn search can give you loads of plumbing business owners, but the best one, and this is what I recommend all of you guys do, is Facebook ads library. Like we talked about, we want small to medium sized businesses, 5 to 20 employees, small enough to decide fast, but not too big. And we also want people who are online already. People using Facebook ads, and if you just go into the Facebook ads library, you can look up any business, just literally type in Facebook ads library on Google, you'll be able to find it. Type in plumbing, and you'll find loads of plumbing businesses who are running ads right now, today, this second. That means getting them to use AI is not going to be very hard because they're already pretty online. Now, the second thing we need to do is understand the pain point to solution map. And ultimately, what that means is to get a higher close rate. Understand why they're in pain so then you can give them a real solution. Because that's ultimately what decides why people pay you or don't pay you. It's really that simple. So, first pain they could have is missing after hour calls. The impact of this is lost revenue, and a solution to that would be like what we talked about before, a 24/7 AI voice agent. So then they will never miss a call again and get 15 to 20% more bookings. Or another one is paperwork overload. Impact, nights/weekends working. Automated invoicing is a solution, so then you can pitch them getting their evenings back. The ROI is 500 hours saved per year. I know a home service business owner personally. He does $250,000 a month. He was telling me before he moved digital, he was spending tens of hours a week just on paperwork, which is horrible. I mean, these people have families. They don't want to sit around and do this. Here goes another pain, late payments. The impact is cash flow problems. If you ain't getting paid, you ain't got cash, meaning you can't pay your team. The solution is digital payments and automated AI follow-up. And the pitch for this is get paid on the spot. ROI 45% better cash flow overnight just by building a system like this. Another one is inefficient scheduling, wasted drive time. So then you just have an AI route optimization tool like what we talked about earlier to fit more jobs in per day. And the ROI of that is 2 to 3 extra jobs per week. And they'll also probably save money on gas as well. Another pain is customer acquisition in general. They have high marketing costs. The solution is review automation. If the business owner has more reviews, it'll basically turn their customers into marketers, meaning they'll get 28% more inquiries. For example, Google My Business, it's huge for these home service companies. The person with the most reviews usually makes the most money. So how are we going to reach out to these home service businesses? Number one is we're just going to research the target. So we're going to visit their website, check their Google reviews, and then note any missing features they have. Then once we note these missing features, we are going to craft a message, meaning we open reference for business, and then we go ahead and go into a body where it's like, hey, specific opportunity found. So number one is, hey, I noticed you run whatever type of business. Then you go into the body, hey, I noticed you're not using AI scheduling right now. Just you can pick any of these right here. So anything we just covered right here, you can go through and you can find one of these solutions and tell the business owner, hey, I noticed this. And then you give them proof of you being able to help this. And it doesn't even have to be your own proof. If you're a beginner, like I said, you can do like what I did when I built all this research, and you can go to McKinsey and Company, go to these large consulting companies and use their data, use their stuff and show it to the local business owner, and then have a CTA to a quick discovery or intro call where you're not trying to pitch them. You're not even trying to sell them on this call. Just understand where they're at to see if you can even help. Now, after that, we're going to take a multi-channel approach. So assuming you find a good lead / prospect, you're going to send a personalized video email. So not only are you just going to craft this message, maybe send it to them wherever you found them, but you're also hitting them up on email with a personalized video, not just some boring ass message where you're just typing stuff out. Hit them with something personal. These business owners love when you're personal, and they're going to love when they get a personal email from you. Number 2 is LinkedIn connection. Once again, you're just going to send that same personalized email in LinkedIn. You're going to send it 2 places. They'll probably check one of the 2. Then you can do direct mail with QR code. This is a little bit wild, but I saw businesses doing this, so I wanted to include it on the thing. You could literally send them in real life, like mail, like a piece of paper to their mailbox. And like I said, these are not tech savvy businesses, so this could work. And the final thing is a 3-touch sequence where you're following up with them, not just reaching out to them once, but reaching out to them again and again. So number 1, if they haven't seen it, you can get through to them. But number 2, if they have seen it and they're not interested, try to get them interested. Now, step 4 is the video message. How are we actually doing this personalized video email, this video message that we're saying on LinkedIn? How are we doing that? So what you want to do is you want to screen share their site, and you want to point out specific improvements, stuff that they're not doing right. Or if it's not something on the website, just talk about other stuff. Like, for example, you could have an AI bot that answers this phone number that I see you want people to call right here. And then show them a competitor. If you have clients or real life case studies you could use, show them then. And then at the end, give them a clear next step. Like, hey, if you do want to get in on this and you want to implement this, then book a call with me. Now, step number 4 is the sales process. So we have a 3-step close. Number 1 is discovery call. Number 2 is demo call. And then number 3 is, of course, just the close techniques to use on both of these. So before you have your demo call where you're actually selling them, you just do a discovery call where you're asking them simple questions. What's your biggest bottleneck? How many calls do you miss? How long does invoicing take? Just asking these questions so then we can fit them with the products we've mentioned previously in this video. And all you're doing here is listening and taking detailed notes so then you have a clear pitch to give to this business. So then you can book a separate demo call where you guys hop on Zoom and you just input their current metrics. So you ask them, hey, how many sales reps do you have? How much time are they spending on the phone? And you make a calculation to show them how much time they would save, but not only time, how much more revenue they would make if they just used AI, and show the dollar value of AI. Show them that, you're not trying to sit there, oh, where do you want to be in 6 months? No, you're showing them the real data. You're showing them the insights, the stuff about, okay, if you use AI, you're right here. If you use AI, you get over here. Like, you will make more money and you will save the time. Here's the calculation. Here's the map. Words talk, numbers scream. And that's what you're showing inside of this sales process. That's all you've got to do. So technique 1, you can make the assumptive close. This is where you make an assumption based on their situation and come across as that expert. Or you can do urgency, which is limited spots. So this is like, let's say you do it all, break down the numbers, but they're not quite ready. You just break down the urgency. Like, look, we only got 1 or 2 more people left this month. Once again, you can show social proof or case studies. And then if needed, you can even do a payment plan option. Obviously, it's nice to have it all up front and to make like $10,000 in a single job. And we'll get to that later on in this video. I don't think we've covered it yet, how much we're charging, but if you have to do a payment plan, then so be it. It's not a big deal. So speaking of that, the next one was actually pricing structure. So there's 3 packages, okay? So the starter package is gonna be $500 to $1,500 per month. This just includes a simple 24/7 AI voice agent to do receptionist work and then also appointment setting for the business. And it'll also include a web chat widget where on the website they can talk to an AI bot, and includes basic analytics on how it's doing. And this is best for these super small businesses. $1,500 a month is not a lot of money, and that's because what you're really trying to sell them on is the growth package. And this is a $5,000 upfront package and includes everything in starter plus automated invoicing, review management, like what we were talking about, and all those follow-up sequences. This is going to be your most average package. This is what most people are going to bite for. This is what you'll sell most often. But then for the super high roller business, you have an enterprise package where you're charging $10,000 to $25,000 plus one time, plus $1,000 to $3,000 for support after 90 days. You'll also do that for these other two as well, but I just included it here. And it includes custom automation builds, like everything custom built for the business. Like I said, you're not going to sell this very often, but it is there for the business who needs it. Includes system integration, training program for all their employees. Like I said, best for the large businesses. Now, you're going to get on these sales calls and you're going to have a bunch of objections. So what are the top objections and how are you going to overcome them? So too expensive. You're going to show them an ROI calculator. Now, it's hard for me to visualize this. I might throw up an image on the screen right now, but for my agency and for members of my private mastermind, we have an ROI calculator. And basically what we're doing on this ROI calculator is, like I was saying before, we're kind of just asking business, how many employees do you have? How many phone calls do you make a day, etc. And the calculator is automatically going to show that they are going to make or save money. So they can't make the argument, oh, it's too expensive, I don't have it, because it's like, okay, well, it's too expensive to continue doing what you're doing right now because this is going to save you money. Now, next one is it's too complicated. And the response you have is, hey, we handle everything. Step one, we're going to set it up for you in 24 hours or in 48 hours. We're going to train your team and we're going to provide ongoing support. And we promise there's zero tech burden on you. Just making it very clear, you're doing it all. Another objection you'll get is we've always done it this way. We've always used the old systems, and just acknowledge their success. Be like, look, you guys are doing good, and share them a case study of a plumber who is using AI and make them realize, hey, this guy, while you're doing good, he's saving 500 hours per year. And then make them see, okay, AI enhances it, it makes everything better, but it's not going to replace anything you have now. And an offer to start with just one small tool. For example, that small package, the starter package, like what we were just talking about, opposed to the full system. Another one you might get is, we need to think about it. And the response you give to that is, what concerns remain? What do you got to think about? And then just specific hesitations that they're going to give you, you need to address those. And then offer speaking with a client of yours if you have one, and then also create that urgency. Make them realize there's limited spots for this, not everybody can get in, and an alternative if absolutely necessary. And this kind of goes for all of these objections, is you can always schedule a follow-up. You can always regroup and come back and try to get them next time. So let's say we sell one of these businesses. What does the implementation roadmap actually look like? Well, phase one is 1 to 30 days. Week one is just onboarding kickoff, just getting everything kicked off, meeting the team, etc. Week two, we're deploying the first AI voice agent. Week three, we're setting up the invoicing automation. Week four, we're doing training and optimization on the invoicing automation and the voice agent. And then by the end of this entire first phase, they have both of the two core systems that we've been talking about live. Now, phase two, which is 31 to 60 days, this starts with week 5, where we launch the review automation, like what we were talking about. Then we implement dynamic pricing depending on, factors and location of the client, etc. for the business, all done by AI. Then we set up all this follow-up sequence. Then we're doing the analytics dashboard so we can easily track everything. And once again, the full automation suite is going to be done by the end of phase 2. Now, phase 3, this is 61 to 90 days plus. You're just building predictive maintenance setup. So that thing where it's like, hey, if the client is about to have to pay money, it lets the business know, or if the systems are going out, it lets the business know inside the plumbing system, so they know that they need to call that customer and resell them or upsell them on maintenance, or just come by and do that maintenance. Week 10, inventory management with AI. We haven't really talked about this, but this is something you could offer as well, where it's like, hey, you help them manage what they have on hand and what they don't have. Advanced analytics, just diving deeper into what you already built inside of phase 2 with the analytics dashboard. And then you're also doing optimization and scaling on pretty much everything around the board. And by the end of this 90 days, they have a complete AI transformation. That was a full plumber's breakdown. Now, if you want to get the most out of the next digital gold rush and really take advantage of everything I showed you in this video, I know I mentioned it 1 or 2 times throughout the video, but I do run a private AI agency mastermind. Inside the mastermind, you get everything that's helped me build a multiple 7-figure AI agency. see, from the template sales script to use to the template ads, and you even get support from me personally. This means being able to text me on my phone whenever you have questions throughout the day. Literally, I'll reply to you personally through my phone. You also get 5 weekly Zoom calls where I hop on and answer any questions you may have. You get the entire system that took me from absolute zero to the dream life I live today, driving my dream car. It's like a little model version of it they gave me. It's a Ferrari 296. Guys, I can't stress this enough. The best way to do it is with other people who support you. Not just me, but the community inside the mastermind as well. So if this sounds even 1% interesting to you, click the top and only link in the description of this video to book a one-on-one application call, either for me personally or my business partner if I can't make it. Or number one, hop on and share a little bit of value about how you could start your agency. But more importantly, see if we feel like you're a fit to be one of the members inside of my private mastermind. If that is the case, we'll extend an invitation. So like I said, if you're even 1% interested, click the top and only link in the description to book that call, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.